oh yeah, we're doing this video finally. So I was trying to find a perfect opportunity to make a video and talk to you guys about merino, just what the hell merino is exactly, how it's supposed to benefit us, and if it's worth that hefty price that you see lying next to one of these pieces of merino. So let's get into it with our official intro for the channel. Now, I think the best way to start off our tour into merino wool products is just, what is merino? Well, it's wool derived from the merino sheep, which originates in Spain, starting somewhere within the late ages of the Middle Ages. Interestingly enough, this was a sheep that was not allowed to be owned by many of the commoners, with the hefty price being your life. That's right, you'd be given the death penalty right away, which is pretty crazy. And one more fact that I would like to toss in is that the oldest sheep, the oldest merino sheep, lived up to the age of 23 years old. Merino has a lot of different properties that makes it so popular amongst travelers and minimalists alike, and that is the fact that it's mostly known to be wrinkle and odor resistant. So what does that mean exactly? Basically, I could be wearing a t-shirt, a merino t-shirt that has been balled up, and it'll look wrinkly at first, but it starts to drape and take the form of the wearer, the person who's wearing it, which means that those wrinkles will be completely non-existent. You won't even notice that it's been there, or that those wrinkles have even formed. And another good thing about merino wool is that it is odor resistant. So I could wear the same t-shirt for about 2 or 3 days, whether it's hiking or backpacking, camping, whatever. I could be sweating my butt off and it'll still smell fresh. Like, there will be no traces of usage. And like most other fabrics, merino takes the form of many different articles of clothing, such as dress shirts, jackets, flannels, t-shirts, socks, sweaters, even underwear. And it's all just so comfortable. You can really tell the difference between merino wool and cotton and even the regular wool that your grandma makes sweaters with, which is also another thing I should mention. No itchiness whatsoever. Next, I want to cover what the advantages are and the disadvantages of having merino wool, and hopefully that will help you decide whether this is something that you think would benefit adding to your wardrobe or taking with you to your next trip. And guys, one of the advantages of having merino wool is that it's just much thinner in comparison to a standard cotton t-shirt. You could pack about 2 merino t-shirts, and it will probably come out to the same thickness as just one standard cotton t-shirt. For any kind of person who wants to travel out of just one bag, carry-on bag, it helps you avoid having to worry about lugging a bunch of these t-shirts, different clothes with you, and have to have that whole bag checked in, or you probably lose it, or you'll have to wait like 50 minutes just for the rest of the luggage to just come out with everybody else, and then you're just standing there and you get tired, which kind of sucks. Another thing that I can't stress enough about merino is just how great the warmth to weight ratio is, considering how thin that each jacket, sweater, whatever, shirt, long sleeve is, compared to a standard cotton jacket or maybe something more like a flannel where it's thinner or thicker. One of the other advantages I wanted to go over is that it is odor resistant. Same with wrinkle resistant, as I mentioned earlier, being that it's antimicrobial. And because it's antimicrobial, it's going to fight off the germs and all that funky stuff that causes those bad odors. Cotton, on the other hand, kind of tends to collect those very easily, possibly after, I want to say, half a wear, meaning like less than a day. With one of these, you could hike through the mountains, you could go to the gym, possibly like 2-3 days, and you won't even smell a thing. It will just be like brand spanking new. It'll smell like you never even wore it yet. And another thing that I like about merino wool is just how easy it is to wash it. All you have to do is just toss it in the sink, maybe put a little bit of detergent or soap, whatever you bring with you, and just hand wash it, and hang it out to dry, and that's it. It's just as easy as that. Whereas with other t-shirts, it takes much longer for them to dry up. With Merino, it only takes about a couple of hours before it's completely dried, and it will just be good to go again. You could just wear it again and repeat the cycle. Makes it much easier when you're traveling. Say you're at like a hotel or an Airbnb that doesn't have a laundry machine. I don't know why it wouldn't, but I'm not judging. It just makes it so much easier. And now for the dreaded disadvantages. Guys, with fabric as magical as this, it's going to cost a lot of money. In most cases, the average price for merino wool ranges between $80 to $100, maybe even more than that, depending on what company you guys buy from. And because this fabric, because this wool, this fiber is much thinner than cotton, that makes it less durable. Now, because it's less durable, many of these companies will add a bit of a blend to it. So in most cases, you'll get polyester to make it more durable and much more longer lasting. So you get more wears out of this. And because it absorbs so much moisture, it is very good at moisture wicking, it's going to be a lot more heavy because of the water that it's absorbing. In that case, that can also pose a threat when you are hang drying these kinds of shirts over like a bar or a drying rack. All that weight is going to droop it down and make it more warped. It's going to stretch out the piece of clothing, and it might not look as pretty anymore, right? And you want something such as this to be in its best shape. You want this thing to look as good as the day you first got it. Another disadvantage that I want to go over is that it isn't machine dryable, meaning with cotton, you just toss it in the dryer, leave it on high, and it's fine. It's maybe a little bit of shrinkage. But with merino, it is very unforgiving. Say I were to toss my merino sweater into the dryer for about 50 minutes. This will not fit me anymore. This would probably be better for, I don't know, like somebody half my size. I have heard on some WikiHow articles or some websites that you can just use a conditioner to loosen the fibers and stretch it back to its original piece. But I wouldn't run the risk of putting merino in the dryer in the first place. Unless it is just to tumble low, I wouldn't even do it then. I literally just have a drying rack for all my merino stuff. Now, given that I've covered the disadvantages, the advantages, all of these magical properties that merino has naturally, we have to come down to the final conclusion. And that question is it worth the money? Personally, I would say it depends on the person, right? If you are somebody who is active, if you are somebody who is undergoing through a minimalist lifestyle, so you don't want to use as many shirts, or somebody who is a one-bag traveler, or just a traveler in general, I would say that is worth it. I would say it's absolutely worth the money. And even if you do not want to pay full price for something as, given as expensive as merino, there are options on eBay. A lot of these clothes that I've bought have been off of eBay, and I'm most definitely getting my money's worth in this sense, because with one of these jackets, say something like this Icebreaker Real Fleece zip-up jacket, normally it's going to cost me well over $150, but given that I found this on eBay, you're still able to lower the price. I got this for 50 bucks. I saved myself possibly $100+ on a jacket that's going to last me a very long time. So yes, I would say it is definitely worth the money, depending on whether it fits your lifestyle. And that is pretty much going to cover this video. I figured I'd want to introduce people who aren't completely acquainted with merino, just give you guys a little bit of a rundown. I know there's other channels that do this kind of stuff much more thoroughly. I'm kind of just running off the top of my head with why I personally like merino, why merino is so popular amongst the traveling community and many others. And I really hope that you guys got something some valuable information from this video. I do hope to cover some more merino stuff in the future, maybe once I'm a bit more knowledgeable on it. But I think in my next video, I'm probably going to cover a review on Huckberry's 72-hour merino t-shirts. I've recently gotten into this whole rabbit hole with 72 Hour from Huckberry, which is a series wherever they decide to visit, and they wear the same t-shirt for 3 days straight while giving it the final sniff test in between, to prove just how effective their merino shirts are. And I'm really looking forward to trying them out. I kind of wanted to try it in this video, but I don't think I'll have enough time. Once again, guys, thank you very much for watching my videos. I appreciate it. I want to give a very warm welcome to all my new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. If you guys like what you see, please like the video, maybe comment, see if there's anything you guys want me to test out. Feel free to email me at pathfinderpacheco.com, and I'll try my best to get back to you guys. That being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.